there to be upset about if you're making 35 million bucks?
How much?
35 million.
Damn.
The Reds start the second half of the season with a big rivalry.
Yeah, the Cardinals are in town tonight. Zach's live at Great American with sports. Hi, Zach.
Robin Kitt, Dusty Baker says he doesn't sleep much and didn't realize how tired he was until he took his son fishing in New Mexico for some R&R over the All-Star break. One thing keeping him up at night, what to do at third base. You've got Scott Rowland, who's had a fantastic career. Tonight, though, it'll be the up-and-comer Todd Frazier who gets the nod behind Matt Latos against those rival Cardinals.
Even when I was getting the crap kicked out of me, I still was ready to go back out there again. You know, it's going to happen. It's not going to be the last time I'm going to give up a bunch of runs. You know, it's the way the baseball is, and you know, if it was that easy, everybody I think would be doing it. So I'm excited to get back out on the hill. You know, we're going to be playing in front of the home crowd. So it's been 14 days since, you know, including the All-Star break, that we haven't been here. So it's going to be exciting to get back and see the fans.
Latos has won 7 straight decisions since these Cardinals knocked him around for 8 earned runs at Busch Stadium in his last loss back on April 18th. Adam Wainwright and his rebuilt right elbow will counter for St. Louis. And you talk about having somebody's number. Joey Votto has gone up against Wainwright 14 times in his career with all of 1 hit to show for it. A fact from our Twitter universe that we live in, it's Votto's worst showing against a pitcher he's faced 10 or more times.
That's interesting.
With the trade deadline coming up at the end of July, an internet report indicates the Reds are interested in perhaps boosting their offense and adding some depth to the outfield with Mark Kotsay of the Padres, as well as Ryan Sweeney and Daniel Nava of the Boston Red Sox reportedly on their radar. And this right here is from the When the Window of Opportunity Opens, Jump Right Through It. Former UK big man Anthony Davis played in the 4th quarter of Team USA's victory over the Dominican Republic last night and scored 9 points with still just 1 eyebrow to go for it. He's replacing Blake Griffin for the Stars and Stripes. Griffin went down with a knee injury. I'm told for this weekend series with the Cardinals, tickets are available to all games Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The arch rivals are in town. Come on out to the ballpark. Back to you.
Big offseason for you. After 30-plus years as an assistant coach, you got the opportunity that so many football coaches covet to go interview for some NFL head coaching jobs. What was that experience like for you? And how long does that take to kind of, I guess, get over after they pick somebody else?
Well, the whole process is a little bit different in the fact that, first of all, you know, these things are all going while you're in the playoffs, so you don't want to take time away from your team or the preparation for that game. And so I kind of just wait until after the season gets done and go about it and you know, go in there and tell them what I think, and you know.
Let's talk life after the octagon. How concerned are you? Yeah, that's what I hear. That's what I hear. How concerned are you by these reports that fighters, that boxers, that football players are coming down with brain damage during their careers, and it's impacting them decades after they leave the ring or the field?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I think about that all the time. I was just recently, it's interesting that we're talking about this, I was recently talking to Artrell Hawkins, a friend of mine, played for the Bengals for many, many years, and you know, we were talking about a lot of these head trauma cases and the concussions and all that kind of stuff in the NFL. And I mean, I think about it just with the fight with Vanderlei a couple weeks ago, as exciting as the fight was, realistically, I got dropped in that 2nd round, and the second round is scrambled. The 3rd and the 4th round are completely absent from my memory.
This guy's hometown is Atlanta, Texas. Do you know, I'm going to give you a hint, an NFL executive that built a Super Bowl champion that's also from Atlanta, Texas?
Ted Thompson.
Of the Green Bay Packers. How do you know? Did you guys ever play golf or know each other?
I've actually never met Ted, but his family actually went to my church, and we were good friends, and a brother of his was a good friend of my dad. So, you know, although I don't know him well, I know his family.
The starting pitching was lights out, especially going up to the All-Star break with that trip on the West Coast. Are you comfortable? I know you're not the general manager. I know you don't make trades. Do you need another bat? Do you need to ignite this offense a little bit, or are the bats in here capable of lifting you guys to where you want to go in October?
Yeah, you know, I'm not sure. I think, you know, it's definitely a tough call. I mean, we've had at times trouble putting runs on the board, and you know, but we also at times have some really explosive guys, you know. I mean, rotating Ludwig and Heisey in left field. I mean, both those guys on any given week can give you an amazing week, you know, and then sometimes we go cold for a while. So, you know, it's a tough call. I don't know how the money issues are around there either. They obviously have given Joey and Brandon a lot of a lot of money that's on their plate now, and so you know it can't hurt to go out and get somebody, I guess. But I feel like we have a good enough ball club right now to definitely win this division.
You've been a part of a World Series team. What is it about this clubhouse? What is it about the complexion of what you see on the field and in here that makes you think that they can do something in October?
You know, it's really just kind of a seasoning of all the guys and people staying healthy.
How much did the heat play a factor in the attendance in terms of where it was for 2011 Sprint Cup as opposed to 2012 Sprint Cup?
Well, I think it was a factor. I think it was a pretty big factor in two respects. One of them is when the forecast comes out, and you're going to run Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and all 3 of those days the forecasted temperature is 100 plus, that doesn't help ticket sales late. So that was a factor. The other thing is we just had some no-shows. Whether it was people that had to deal with the storms that rolled through Cincinnati on Friday night, a lot of people didn't have electricity, couldn't come down to the race, or just people that for whatever reason in their physical condition, it's a lot. You know, it's a big venue, it's a lot to do. When it's super hot like it was, we took really good measures to make sure that our fans were as comfortable as they could be, which included going down to, Bruton Smith came and he said, take the fire truck and just run it down and just squirt water out onto the asphalt and all the people. So we did that, and whoever drove the water truck was the most popular guy at Kentucky Speedway. It was the job everybody wanted. So I think it played a factor, but you know, when you have a summertime date, you can't complain about the weather. It didn't rain, and we had a good event.
How off were you guys attendance-wise?
We were probably 20% off, which I knew going in we were going to be off. I didn't know that we would be that much, but you know, again, you can look at it that way, or you can look at it and say that, you know, that's still a humongous crowd. It's a great turnout for our fans. And, you know, you can't get away from the fact, look, we had big problems last year. We talked about all the things that we were going to do to fix it. I'm sure we had some fans that sat back and said, you know, I want to see how it goes first. Well, now you've seen it. I think we went from worst to first. I've never seen a Sprint Cup Series race with not anybody on the brakes at all the way into the parking lot. Even I was impressed on that one.
What'd you say?
I don't remember.
Is your ankle hurt?
Huh?
Is your ankle hurt?
Yours?
Mine's fine. How's yours?
It hurts. You look good today.
Thanks, sir.
You look
How'd you hurt your ankle?
working like you worked. What's up?
Hey, Dad, you want a sign?
I get you when I come back. Watch out, sir, if you hit the car, sir, please.